science that, when are we doing plyometrics throughout the course of the year? When are we doing, different types of activities based upon when we compete? Where we're at right now in track, mandatory practice starting March the 8th, so we're still in voluntary mode. We're over here. Now, we do have an indoor season, which allows us to coach up the athletes a little bit here. But for the athletes I'm working with over here, it is definitely about technical development as a hurdler. Breaking down how to hurdle. First of all, breaking down how to run, and then breaking down how to hurdle. We're spending a lot of time, skills and drills, doing different things that are going to improve the technical skill of, in this case, the hurdler, that's going to allow us to move into that actual training aspect and taking us towards, competition. So we're spending a lot of time right now. We're getting kids on video. We're doing a lot of different fun drills, not so fun drills, drills that are a part, developing muscle memory and understanding biomechanics of movement and really focusing on different aspects of the technical side, of, in this case here, of the hurdler. The next area then, as we look at the mental aspect, how do we incorporate the mental piece? How do we get the athlete to think? How do we get the athlete to buy into the plan, to trust the plan of the coach, to work hard and to come with the right attitude and give the right effort? That's a challenge, and I see this being part of that mental aspect, that this is where we have the opportunity as coaches to be a part of this and be able to incorporate some different things that would, allow the athlete to be in that right mindset, to be able to approach practice with a positive attitude. And yeah, I know we're doing, 10 400s a day or whatever the case may be, but being able to be a part of that process with the athlete, that prepare them mentally for what they're doing, and how that relates into our next part of the model in the competition. How that is a part of developing, that athlete to that point to where we've created some, in some cases, mental toughness or some mental strength that will allow them. Being able to really put the focus on breaking things down, focusing on the process of how we do things in regards to whether it's a particular skill or whether it's a pre-shot routine as you go to the foul line, or as it's thinking through as you line yourself up in the starting blocks, or as you get ready to take your swing, or whatever the case may be, is that get them in that thinking mode. It's not just about going out and physically doing it. What is coming from the mind here that's then coming out of the body. So being able to get athletes into that mode of thinking. And as we look at completing the aspect of training, that really rounds it out. And that's something that is a challenge. It's a challenge for coaches to be able to have those teaching moments where we can incorporate aspects of developing the mental side of the athlete and being able to help with overcoming some of the issues that athletes have mentally. And one being that I see quite a bit at the high school level is that dealing with physical pain, which is, again, part of sport I think separates a lot of athletes, especially obviously in the sport of football. But the aspects of being able to deal with physical pain, to deal with physical discomfort, something that I just saw recently at practice is that our freshmen are now in high school track. It's not middle school track, and this fear of the hard workout, and so as coaches, and I'm speaking on my behalf personally, was faced here with truly having to help some of these young people mentally get over that point of practice to where they were feeling a lot of physical discomfort and being able to mentally push themselves through. So having those coaching moments where we can incorporate the aspect of positive reinforcement, providing motivation to be able to get individuals to move beyond, step beyond. The hope believing that if you can make that happen, if we can get in their head and we can get them through the workout, when we come back around and this happens again, that we're already mentally stronger, emotionally stronger to handle the challenge. And that's when we think about developing or training an athlete, that aspect of the mental part comes into play. The last component is the competition component. And this is go time. This is when we're going at it here and we're putting ourselves in that position to compete. When we look at competition, we then break it down into looking at a couple of different areas here. We'll look at our pre-competition, our during competition, in our post-competition and what types of things that we're doing with as a coach and as an athlete during these times. And you think about understanding, some of the experts, some of the routines, that they have, prior to competition. Some of those, the team routines that you have prior to competition. Looking at the aspects of that pre-game warm-up, what kind of things do we do, and understanding, the science of why we do the things that we do, the science of training, prior to competition. It's something that's definitely a challenge at the high school level to be able to get athletes to really focus on warming up correctly prior to competing in track, and it's something that is tough, but yet as you walk them through a process, get them focused on doing these different things, that good things can happen through that. So that pregame warm-up, the aspect of the pregame pep talk, what kind of things are being said, what kind of interaction are you having with the athletes, with the assistant coaches, what kind of things go into that